Hi everybody, Jessie here from jessiebanks.com and welcome back to another video. So today I have for you the Greeting Farm June release as well as a card process video. So we're going to make like a Pride Month themed card at the end, but first I'm going to show you all the new stamps that are being released today. So we are kicking things off with Beach Day. So you get a boy and a girl on a surfboard, two of them with their backs to you holding a cute little heart. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Holding a cute little heart. And then this one's not put on the stamp set right, but these are the two, the little boy and girl with building a sandcastle. There's a little crab. And then you get Have Waves of Fun, You Are My Summer, Surf's Up, Eat, Beach, Sleep, Repeat, Sunshine and Tan Lines. There's a little coconut cup, sunglasses in the sand, and some flip-flops. Salty Hair, Don't Care. And the next stamp set here is the Minky 2 set. These guys are super fun. So you get like this screaming face. This girl's got flags and she's cheering. This one's holding a little flower. She's got a big plate of pancakes. She's got a coffee cup and a croissant. She's blowing a heart. This one's playing the ukulele. This one has pizza. There's a pizza slice. This little one's laying in bed on her phone. You get the banner that says I love you. The little banner, 3 little stars, and I love it as your sentiment. Then we get the new big Anya, which is Beach Babe Anya. I think she's absolutely adorable. She's got her beach ball and her big sunglasses on. And then this is the one we're going to use for our Pride theme card. This one is called You. So you get, there's no one youer than you. Hello you, you're my favorite. No one does you better than you. Yes you can, I love you, I believe in you. You go. And then you get some hexagons, some arrows, and a row of hearts. So that is the new release. It is all available over at thegreetingfarm.com. I will have the link to that in the description box below. And we will be right back and making the card with the voiceover. Okay, let's jump into the narration. So I'm starting here with B paper and my big head in the way. I'm still getting used to this new, and I have a piece of something in my hair. Anyway, I'm getting used to this new filming setup, and it's taking a little bit to learn how to keep my head out of the way now that the camera is directly above me instead of being on a tripod, which means I can't bump it, but I need to keep my head out of the way. So this B paper is 6 inches in length, so I'm marking off an inch every way. Or an inch top to bottom, so every, like there's 6 bars. We're going to do like a Pride themed card because it's Pride Month, and I figured this sentiment set from the Greeting Farm's new release called You was fantastic for it. So I pulled out my stone ground paints and I'm starting off with Pyrrole Red. When I did this first color, I pulled some out and then I wet the watercolor paper, and then that was my phone, and then decided that I didn't need to wet the paper because I was just going to put a solid layer of color anyway, so this was the only time I wet the paper. So we're just going to go really heavy, get it nice and saturated and dark. So we're going to start with the purple at the bottom and the red up at the top. I tried to do 2 bars at a time as far as I could go, and then the middle one we had to do the yellow and green separately. So this is Dioxazine Purple, which is a beautiful purple. I love their Dioxazine Purple. It's probably my favorite one out of the like 4 or 5 brands of Dioxazine Purple I own. I have a problem. You can find all of the links to all of the products in the description box below. This will go up when I'm in bed, so I will add the links to the stamp sets in the morning, but they'll be there when I wake up tomorrow morning. I'll change that. So we're just getting everything nice and dry. I figured pulling out my heat gun because I'm just going for a solid panel of color. It doesn't need to sit and dry on its own because I don't care if those colors keep moving, because I just want it to be solid. So I decided that it wasn't quite as saturated as I wanted it to be. So I'm going to go back and do another coat of red and another coat of purple. I am working on my waffle flower medium mat here, and with a little bit of stamp cleaner, that red and purple came right off of this mat. You guys, this thing is amazing. I know they say it's subject to staining, but I haven't found anything that stains it yet. Look, the other half is cleaning upstairs. So if you guys can hear that, I apologize, but I'm not going to say no to him cleaning. So once I get that all dried, I'm going to pull off our tape, and then we will clean up the mat, and you'll see how clean it is here. Watch. Ta-da! See, it's all gone. I'm in the same spot. Now we're going to put out my head in the way again. I had to get it right over top of this anyway to make sure I could follow that line for the red and line up my 2 little tick marks on either side of the panel so that I can get some nice straight bars of color here for the Pride flag. So now we're going to use some, what do I use here? Brilliant Orange up at the top. And we'll start with that one. This color re-wets super easy. It was super saturated in one coat. I did give it a second coat just to make sure that everything was nice and uniform, and it was as dark as I was going to want it to be once I pulled the tape off. And then the bottom color, I was going to use Phthalo Blue, so you'll see me point to that one. And then I looked at it a little bit more while I'm sitting here. Apparently I left the camera on for that, and I changed my mind to Ultramarine Blue. So we're going to get that one wet. This one takes a little bit more work, but it still re-wets really, really nice. If you guys have been watching my channel for any sort of time, you know I really do enjoy my stone ground paints. They are made here in Saskatchewan in Regina, so that's kind of awesome because it's something that's made local and I can get it kind of locally. My other half's from Regina, so we're up there all the time. So I put one layer of each color on there, and then we're going to heat set it again. This is my Wagner heat tool. I think it's Wagner. I don't know. It's the one you can buy all over the place. It'll be linked down below. I've had it for years and I haven't killed it, and I used to kill heat guns like every 6 to 7 months. So we're going in and putting another coat of the blue on here, the ultramarine. I just wanted it a little bit more vivid. So we'll get that on, and a little bit more orange, and dry it again. I really enjoyed making this card. When I was thinking of what to do for the hop day, I was like, well, I could watercolor one of the images or do a Copic video or anything like that. Then I'm like, you know what? It's Pride Month and the sentiment stamp is perfect. And I think it's probably the only time I'm going to get a chance to do a Pride card this month. So I was going to take advantage of it. So here's our second coat on the orange. Then we'll get this dried off, and we got 2 more bars of color to go, and then that'll be a day for all of our watercoloring here. This is a super easy card to make. I do prefer blue painter's tape to the green for things like this. It just gives you a crisper edge. And that's just speaking from painting like houses and things being my profession. So we're going to pull all of this off and then retape it again to do the yellow. Look at how pretty that's coming. I know the colors, there's a little white line there. I left it. The purple's a little difficult to see in the screen, but it comes out a little bit better in the photo at the end. So I started off with the Gamboge, and Gamboge is PY150, so it dries a little. If you get it a little too heavy in some places, it's not quite as vivid. It gets a little more on like the brownie side of yellow, I guess I would say. So I put the first coat on here, and I got that all dry, and then I went in and put a light coat of the Hansa Yellow on top, just to brighten it up a little bit and make it a little bit more vivid so it went with the rest of the colors on our card. So we'll dry that one off, and then onto the green. I quit making you guys watch me use my heat tool now. Aren't you happy? I'm sorry I made you watch it so many times. So we're going to tape this off, and our next color is green. And I don't have a super bright green in my palette from Stone Ground, so I pulled out the Phthalo Green and I mixed some Hansa Yellow with it, which gave me a really bright green. So I put the first coat on, got it dried, mixed up some more. Put the second coat on. I mixed it up a little thicker for the second time just so that I could get the saturation I wanted on it. And that's it for our banner. So what I did here is I covered the back of it in Scor-Tape tape, and so that it'll lay nice and flat. And then I made my card base out of 2 panels because I wanted it to be 6 1/4 inches long because my panel's 6 inches long. So it's 6 1/4 by 3 3/4. And covering that entire back with super sticky tape just means that it's going to stick to our panel. I find that B paper doesn't absorb the watercolors like my arches or what other ones do I use? Saunders Waterford or anything like that do. They kind of sit on top of the B paper a little bit. I don't love this paper, you guys, but that's a whole nother story. I don't hate it, I just don't love it. So I used a piece of paper towel just so I didn't rub any of the pigments around. Then I'm going to stamp our sentiment right here in the middle. It says there's no one youer than you. So we'll stamp that with some MFT Extreme Black ink. And then I'm just going to take a black brush pen that I have. I picked it up at Michael's. It has Chinese writing or Japanese writing on it. I'm not sure. I don't know who makes it, but I really do enjoy this pen. And we're just going to retrace all of the letters of the sentiment just to make it nice and black. Then I added a few enamel dots here out of my stash. So I added a red, an orange, and a yellow at the bottom. Then I added a green, a blue, and a purple up at the top. And that is it for this card, you guys. If you liked it, I would appreciate a thumbs up. If you have any questions or anything, definitely leave me a comment in the description box below. And I will see you guys very soon with another video. Have a great day. Bye for now.